Mimo Bibia Kwaba Eba Melodies TV so. The game is on. And upper way made a breakdown of a year the Chief Justice, the suspended Chief Justice in Semwa was also Ediaba, alleging the committee say omo bono a year mental torture and the likes. Now the Attorney General and so the response aba. Now on also I can say our say all Chief Justice no nsem egu. Ghana fonso bebre na akasa. Melodies ebusian for munsu bebre na mo akasa. Enti no I am going to do 3 things. 1. Attorney General no ye be kenkan nsem a waka fa Chief Justice ne ho. Ye wi a ye be read comments de Ghana for kan. Ye wi ani aba Melodies efikasiem. Mo so de mo kan e fa Chief Justice nsem ne ho no. E was say me read comments na ye call no a day. Now, or say Attorney General dismisses suspended Chief Justice objections on in-camera probe. Now, Chief Justice, one of the things I work on is say in-camera probe. Any can say yeah, and you see, it's quite interesting. I don't know what the play the Chief Justice is trying to do here, because unim say I am hearing. So one of the issues are the suspended Chief Justice, people close to her raise it. And they say the letters no leaky. Mind you, and let me explain so you understand. Mind you, on say Embra yet say Chief Justice no ye pameno no. MPP for any Chief Justice nankasa babon say beka say ye man the letters no. Na on so nye den on responded. That time His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na so ye a release statement no. Na Ghana for yensa enka petition no emanin leaky. Ye de petition no kokoma Chief Justice pe. In fact Chief Justice na nkasa ne response ne din kan leaky. Ye de petition no kokoma Chief Justice pe. From that time and a petition no, and then the Chief Justice's response a leaky. Ebedani blame game. People from the Chief Justice, people who support the Chief Justice say NDC for the share the leaky ebi mu blame Sami Jemfi so some more can say dabi enye yen mo na mu leaky ade no, because ade no na wo yen ye ho de dada obi ante ho asem enya ba beto mo nsemu a na yete se po adomotre ka ho asem yete se the law platform which is allegedly aligned to the MPP and yes so say Asasi radio omunso leaky inti ya momu nkrofo na leaky enye yen inti e beda ni blame game but ya te say it is one of the issues omo bench Chief Justice no omo raise, right? Fair enough. Now sa probe in sensemi nso no mitie Edem Agbana na wutie Edem Agbana nso nsemu a woka wo pese o kire se omo ahyeda e pese ye probe no na ye probe na Chief Justice na ni team probe no yenye no ma yenye na in camera ye magana fo hu ye magana fo hu a na Chief Justice ni team no afechire aba beka say constitution ne ka say ana enye se Chief Justice ne kra na obi foforo te se senia Vincent Asefo aba be ye no obi foforo be ba be petition Supreme Court say constitution ne kan say yenye na in camera die ntia no mo apene ama yeyi ama Ghana for eden ahwe inti nini na no is just a move to distract the process. Inti enya de o mepene inti no saa de na Chief Justice ne ka se yenyi na obi anhwe no eno na Attorney General wa ba be respond yenti Attorney General nsem wo kan o say the Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dr. Dominic Ayini has issued a formal response to objections raised by suspended Chief Justice Her Ladyship Gertrude Tokonu over the ongoing impeachment proceedings against her. In a detailed legal opinion, the Attorney General defended the constitutional process being undertaken, dismissing several of the concerns raised by the Chief Justice and her legal team. Into what Attorney General defended the constitution process being undertaken. And I mean, Oshe Amadou Tanko, JSC, the ruling now. The constitution is the constitution. Judge Kulendi, Omuni Nansamo Mokana. The constitution is the constitution. Now say, according to the Attorney General, the decision to conduct the proceedings in camera is not discretionary but a constitutional imperative. And every single thing that the Attorney General is saying, I am not a lawyer, but by my own layman's analysis, no, I have also said the same thing here. Once and now, no, say the Chief Justice, suspended Chief Justice, is speaking as if say I am a right, say by force. Say I am waiving my right, so by force, let's make Ghanaians see. I am waiving my right of in camera. And I'm reading constitutional can say, shoot, one can say you're right, you're say. Into your Attorney General, someone can say yes, it is not discretionary. Any idea because say you're pay, and I would day that be a constitutional imperative. Constitution in our mind to pay, I was said the constitution in a canon, any year. Here, I am not going to lie to you. So me heard the donation of the Chief Justice, the suspended Chief Justice, and letter now what they buy, and the first letter now. I am beginning to notice something. And what I'm beginning to notice, they say, I am having the perception, and I hope that is not what it is, but I'm having the perception, say, the Chief Justice always saw herself as above the law. I am having that perception. So the Chief Justice, no, she always saw herself, say, oh, you'll be our broom brasso. Because social the now walk constitution, they say, she understands so, constitution, they say, at the end in camera. Now so what Babeka say, what the ope cast won't perceive a be in camera. Not just above the law. Utie allegations I was sound so deba say Anne, Dientiana, Walko baby ye probing na, ye also ye bonnet search, say ye searching a home, say we kita bibi any quan so deba juana. And the question I'm asking is say, but what is wrong if you are going on a committee and the people on the committee, the security on the committee are searching you? Like, what you're saying, me want to say Chief Justice, no, I don't know, but she probably, that's the perception I'm beginning to get. Say, she always saw herself as above the law. Say, oh no, the obrum brano. In the idea, you be any can say, and idea, Ghana for no, she's special. But then I'll refer her to Article 17(1) of the Constitution. And we all know that because I've read it on countless occasions on this platform. Attorney General will say, he emphasized that such closed door hearings are designed to protect, and listen, this side I also said it. I say he emphasized that such closed door hearings are designed to protect not only the integrity of the Chief Justice, but the sanctity of the entire judiciary. Muni amoka I say, me catch them say the framers of the Constitution, me say me the margin, because then I didn't know, but me can say me the margin dream home, the entire the framers of the Constitution can say ye Chief Justice ye in camera no, and they say framers of the Constitution no ha. Say bia ye Chief Justice no ye bien sem ni muna Ghana for babetin sem wa e bia Ghana for be lusu trust in the judiciary. Ghana for beka say inti Chief Justice na boni awodi ni. So even though ye be Chief Justice no e be she Ghana for trim. Say omo kokotena office wa de omo ye no. They will lose trust in the judiciary, and a country that loses trust in the judiciary no mwe jungle justice. That's yes here. Into the framers of the Constitution, they wanted to protect the judiciary and the Chief Justice herself. Today, it should be in camera. And today, the Attorney General has said the same thing. Say, indeed. Say, in camera probing. It is to save you, the Chief Justice, and not only you, but the entire judiciary. Because you person same way PM will probe no. Ebe gu. Wo ebia wo ani mu ase because na why bone ne yebeka ho asem nti bebrebe pie nti empese begu wo ne judiciary na ni mu ase mu amowo ho ne pe na mo bete Ghana for any kwan so obi ate. That is why the Constitution said it should be in camera. I say this safeguard cannot be waived. The Attorney General noted, highlighting its importance in maintaining public confidence in the judicial process. The same thing I said. As someone may can ye pepe. And Attorney General knows why then. What can I say on the issue of the composition of the investigative committee, the Attorney General rejected calls for the recusal of 2 Supreme Court justices, Justice Samuel Adibu Asiedu and Justice Gabriel Scott Piamang, who are part of the panel probing the petition. He clarified that Justice Adibu Asiedu did not take part in any previous injunction hearing related to the case, and therefore there is no legal justification for excluding him from the proceedings. As for Justice Gabriel Scott Piamang, the Attorney General argued that his previous handling of legal matters involving one of the petitioners does not meet the threshold of bias required for disqualification. In the Chief Justice in some workers, judges me no multi case ni sono. Ye you omono. attorney general address nyansa bi enim baako na wo accusing no no wonte na case bi aso awo and there wo dey hye no eye justice ase edui wonye he justice pia mining so no yes watina case bi so de na so we no enye basis for biasness into no yentumi disqualify no or say mere participation in unrelated matters cannot be construed as evidence of prejudice, he asserted, responding to claims that committee members had not taken their oath of office. The Attorney General refuted the allegation. As he responded to claim that the committee members had not taken their oath of office, the Attorney General refuted the allegation, stating that all members have duly taken the required oath in accordance with the law. The Attorney General concluded his response by stating that the Chief Justice's application for an injunction lacks legal merit and fails to establish sufficient grounds to halt the proceedings. And I'm not going to lie, I like the response the Attorney General has given to the Chief Justice. Now, you see, I'm always going to say this. Say, whatever is happening to the Chief Justice today, a bigger lesson I'm learning from it, and say, Nyankopon Emma Utumia, be very careful how you treat others, because Ochinebi, your existence might depend on those people. Let me show you a story. Let me show you something. Let me give you a brief, brief throwback, brief history between the Chief Justice, the current Chief Justice, and Dominic Ayini. And there, Dominic Ayini, and our court, our Chief Justice in Semugua, only this ye Chief Justice. No, Bibi, she be a see and brebi a chemu. Let me show you. So to be fair enough, Embrebi by now, even though I mean it's we are talking about the Chief Justice's office, right? Now, 2021, this is what happened to Dominic Ayini. Or say Ayini hauled before General Legal Counsel for attacking judiciary. Let me read the story, no. Or say former Deputy Attorney General, I don't know if MPP time, it's not a former Deputy Attorney General. Say former Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Dominic Ayini, has been hauled before the disciplinary committee of the General Legal Counsel for allegedly questioning the independence of Ghana's judiciary. According to the Judicial Secretary, Justice Cynthia Pamela Addo, the Chief Justice finds Ayini's alleged disparaging comments unacceptable and has therefore directed the chairman of the disciplinary committee to set an investigation into the matter. A copy of a letter dated 25th May 2021 and addressed to the chairman of the disciplinary committee of the Ghana Legal Council cited a similar offense during the election petition hearing where Ayini was forgiven and warned against scandalizing the courts and undermining the administration of justice in the country. These comments are made against the backdrop of the Supreme Court discharging Dominic Ayini on a charge of contempt for similar comments made against members of the Supreme Court during the election petition hearing. Dr. Ayini apologized profusely when he appeared before the court on a contempt charge and admitted to having made comments which were unbecoming of a lawyer of his standing and a former Deputy Attorney General. Meanwhile, a copy of an extract of his alleged comment has been forwarded to the General Legal Counsel for investigations into his alleged attack on the judiciary. Dr. Dominic Ayini recently questioned the independence of the judiciary due to the manner the Supreme Court adjudicated the 2020 election petition. In the election petition na ende ye mame Chief Justice no ka panel ne ho no. No mo say Dominic Ayini akwa ye discussion bi wo baabi na nsem bi a wakwa ka no. Na panel no ese etio mo. Judges nsi etio mo nti omo drag Dominic Ayini ko General Legal Counsel si yenye no lusu ne offense ne license as a lawyer. They came after Dominic Ayini. Also, according to him, the Supreme Court's failure to apply the rules of procedure as well as the consistent and continuous dismissal of petitioner's application or reliefs were the basis of his assertion. Adjudication is the process of accountability. So for me, it is okay to dismiss an application brought by a petitioner for one relief or the other, whether substantive or procedural. But it is another thing to fail to apply the rules of procedure in a manner that enhances the accountability process. Dominic Ayini asemwa wakan no. Yeni 2020 election petition. How the panel, including the current Chief Justice, Omwam ampene Emma the Electoral Commission 1 year accountable to Ghana for. And Dominica Hini Kokoka say on Tiasie say Kroma Yeti Yan Pen because in 2012 election petition BBC Emma Yema sa time no the EC them Afarijan ebe accounted for Ghana for. Inti di entia Jin Mensa yen person no be accountable. Why the Supreme Court no omo differ in these reasonings. Dominica Hini asemo a wokan ye judges ni so mubuefu. Omo muni ya akum. Yen Dominica Hini asemo a waka no was scandalize judges no. Judges are Supreme Court the current Chief Justice kan hu no. Yen ji Dominica Hini ni inkrata mfiri nsem ye dragging a General Legal Council yen ji inkrata mfiri nsem. And so at the end of the day, the petition actually dampened my hopes with respect to the independence of the judiciary and its ability to hold the Electoral Commission, in particular, accountable in election petitions. So see what no election petition is 2020 no. Only hope biom say Ghana ebe to aba biom na judiciary no etumi ama the Electoral Commission no omo ya accountable to Ghanaians. This is what Dominica Hini said back then. And Kenya bone Chief Justice no ehun say ye bone judges na no multi case ni so including the current Chief Justice ehun say ade na ye bone so they drag Dominica Hini. Today those same people are saying say save the judiciary. It was Dominica Hini asemo no okano. Basically he was also saying save the judiciary, but these people were telling us that judiciary no boni bia nto omo. And then they were mumu so say save the judiciary. Now the judiciary is under attack. The current Chief Justice is crying. The judiciary is under attack. Today, it is the same Dominica Hini against the Chief Justice. You see how the world comes at you very fast. Asem we Dominica Hini kan na kabone ben. Na komutie na kende edu bebi edui. Na so dabi. I said the Bolga East MP was part of a panel at a CDD Ghana roundtable discussion on presidential election petitions and their impact on Africa's democracy. CDD for netons a friend no discussion ase no na Chief Justice no wo ho o se asemo Dominica Hini akwa kan de we go omo fin omo mpene no. It became a serious issue in this country. Na nya asem ketwa Dominica Hini watie hwia papa sa papa no nti ene se Chief Justice asemo aba na yo no versus the Chief Justice e was out here ase watie hwia rough he has gone through. Into no, that is we a boot for boot reply. Dominica Hini or the Chief Justice. Now let's read comments and see what Ghanaians are saying about the Chief Justice and the current move ya will take. You heard the Ghana for Eka. What are Ghanaians saying? Obi say just leave it. Obi asema wa catch Chief Justice no. Say Charlie, just leave it. Soon. Free why? Aden Obi asema. Obi say long overdue, then for break you long time. Obi say just the beginning. Or say this is just the beginning. Or say I honestly don't understand this woman. The state gave her the job. So if the same state now wants it back and she feels mistreated, why not just resign for the sake of her own peace of mind? It's that simple. I say it is unfortunate. Every tear of this woman is on the head of President Mahama. Obi nso asema awakano no. Say ma menini su nyina no egu eye Mahama tiso. Yate. And yes, Sani Etianka Charlotte say we super politank man. We super politank man and Uncle Kufado dear, Nitiatu. Aje, I say listen in Egu Mahamatizo. I say, do at the end of this process, if you come out as not guilty of any of the offenses, will you be able to work with anyone at all? Charlotte say is golden. She is that woman. Madame Charlotte say, I love you to bits. Obi say, have you forgotten you broke the entire nation by passing a law that would disenfranchise some Ghanaians of their rights to vote, making some constituents go 4 years without a representative, allowing the e-levy to take a toll on the ordinary Ghanaian, Domilevel and Co. Okay. Also, suspended Chief Justice allegations of psychological torture and mockery of justice are concerning. One wonders what she's really fighting for. Is it worth the public scrutiny? I see reading comments under this post, and it looks like 90% or more of comments are not in her favor. Please, can someone explain stroke educates us why list things she did wrong as Chief Justice respectively? And it's as simple as that. You see, the perception they had and the rulings on very controversial issues, no. Obian who said that they were, seemingly, they were working for the NPP and not for the country. And that is why you have every poll, and then Mayanfa Cameron see Krum, Nyembisan Crawford, say, Adia to Chief Justice, no. Ghana Fueni Ajiana. Adia to Chief Justice and Koswana. I kid you not, the majority of Ghanaians, anywhere, any day, any time, will tell you they support what is happening to the Chief Justice. Me say, even in Kumasi, global info analytics for a year when post by, even in Kumasi, the stronghold of the NPP. People there are supporting the removal of the Chief Justice. Omo say Chief Justice yenji no, and also see omo say Chief Justice no wonka, even in Kumasi. So what are you saying? Obebisa won say eye di entia. When they were doing all those controversial rulings at Ghana for Kasa Ninano, they didn't mind us. We all saw it. So obi case ba, send ya no mu di case no, obi fu fraud ye ba, send ya no mu di no, ye ni na ye hu ye. Na yo say Ghana for ya border man. We all saw it. Today onyanyanka Ghana for be kwama no. But those Ghanaians are not trying to even waste their MPP for demonstration or moya man no. Almost answer ka say demonstration and almost sanso akwa ko ebi Kumase. Di nja no mo nkonko ye. Entokwa no mo kwama nini na entokwa nkrofo obi asori se wo kwama mame na ato nsium obi asori se wo kwama na ato nso because akwa ye say now you are fighting against Ghanaians. What you say, if you are fighting for this woman, it looks like now you are fighting against Ghanaians. Ebefa, emfa. Or say, did she appear before the committee with prejudiced mind? If she did not receive or was not told exactly what she's been accused of, then what did she respond to? However, I think her complaint of rights abuse should be taken seriously, if only it is true. But now who calls some? Or say Takashi, no work. Now we dey go emotional blackmailing. To be as someone can say, "Mamini isu Takashi no anyeye." Sisi ade or call emotional blackmailing. Obi nso asema can say, "Who steady?" Anyway, no, I'm not going to say that because it sounds misogynistic. Anyway, I say she thinks the hearing will be held at court complex, so they can gather those supporters to come and misbehave there. Tell them to come to Osu Castle. We don't joke there. Into the entire war complaining say, the entire na yanye hearing no ewo court complex na ye Osu Castle no. Eno obi asema wa kana no. Na eyo amo say ye be ye ewo court complex. No more gather MPP for. No more ba court or no more ba be ye demonstration wo ho. But ye koye Osu Castle we ho no soldiers for na egu ho. Into so ye be ma akọ ho. Maybe entire na Chief Justice no complaining say, the entire na ye no Osu Castle no. I say, posterity shall be kind to you, fight to the bitter end. I say, imagine if she was the Chief Justice while these proceedings were ongoing. She would have granted the injunction herself with her unanimous FC. Mahama knew this. That is why he suspended her. Good call. I say, laughing out loud, the law is the law. I say, she has not been interrogated before. She has not been interrogated before. It has been the other way around. Hence, the lamentations, soskets. I say, now resign. Yesterday I told you, say, it's not easy for her to resign like that. It's not easy for her to resign. I say, you are already broken, madam. I say, when your source of power is a position that can be taken away from you, use the power wisely before you are ousted from office. I say, this is incongruous. I say, the Constitution says the proceedings shall be held in camera, but our Chief Justice wants to have a mobile phone and laptop, as well as have her family present at the hearings. In camera, that is who we have as a Chief Justice. I say, you mean they want to fix you because you are already broken. How did we even get here, madam? I say, so we want public sympathy right now. Madam Emfa, face the music. I say, kwekwanansi emotional blackmail. Obi dia wakano no. Obi say you broke yourself. I say, I wish they could do more than break you. I say, madam, resign and let's have our peace of mind. I say, a deliverer of justice crying and wailing for justice. This tells you that justice is relative and should therefore, there is nothing like justice. I say, I don't pity you. I say, Justice Tokonu also slams the committee's decision to allow petitioners to avoid testifying personally, instead relying on third-party witnesses. Chachu did everything to get Jean Mensah into the witness box. Obin so ade a work no, and then the usu Chachichi kata yes say Jean Mensah bra witness box 1 penny, and then the usu say omo petition omumum na omumra me serve as witness. I say the Chief Justice office is not your birthright. Someone left for you to occupy it. You can equally leave so someone can work there too. Your actions are becoming more clearer to the public. Your oath of allegiance and service to the nation, Ghana, is bigger than anyone. Or say you have already broken yourself. Or say you should be in jail. So those are comments from Ghanaians. Now let's read comments from Melodies Ebusian for near the Melodies for Eka. Into way every Chris Ni or say what the MPP and the former Chief Justice want to do is to delay things as much as they can. Abba Accra say, what is fair trial? Did anyone get a fair trial in her hands? It is her turn now. What she has done to innocent people. She thinks it is Afenyo Markin's case that you supported him and put an injunction on the speaker, thinking you are the head of both parliament and your fake Supreme Court. You prevented your mates in crime, Jean Mensah, from standing trial. You will answer for that too. Your crimes is more than you can carry. You see your life, you will drag yourself up and down the courthouse until you push yourself to prison. That Supreme Court is not your father's property or family business. Do you mean to tell us you will take the court to your house when you retire? Think twice and live quietly, woman. See, she's not focused on her defense of the petitions to prove her innocence or otherwise. All what she's doing means she's guilty. She just wants the case should head not in camera. Melody, this CJ woman is only delaying the process. Nothing more, nothing less. So soon, Osuno Mame has forgotten the brain torture she and Gofredami pushed Jakpa and Atoforcing through. Life is so secular. The CJ thinks what she was doing in the Supreme Court to vulnerable people in Ghana will not affect her in life. The courts are there to protect the vulnerable. Now the CJ thinks because she's CJ, she has to enjoy immunity. Enough free grace menu. Okay, into Debra enso kasaye, Samuel enso kasaye. Okay, Bisanyan Sapo say, I believe the committee is operating like a tribunal. The rules of court do not apply. These are tribunal rules. Osuno Mame is confused. Bisanyan Sapo, I see your comments a lot. Thanks for your always sharing your thoughts. Abena Boatin said, what was she expecting when every information given to her gets leaked? How can she be trusted to go to the commission without all these being in place? She can cry wolf, nothing will change. It's really getting annoyed with this Chief Justice and her attitude. Grace Menu say, her main goal is to ridicule the president. Wasa say, look who was talking. She had forgotten what she and her bench did to Chachichikata. She and the bench promised Chachu that he would have his time to cross-examine Jean Mensah. But when the time came, they refused him to do so and prevented Jean Mensah from going into the box. But there she is complaining about unfairness today. I mean, is the world not funny? And today, Chachichikata is a lawyer for one of the petitioners. You see, that is why I always tell you, say, whatever you sow, you reap. Whatever you sow, you reap. I say, Yasmin Haruna, I say, nobody is going to change the law to suit her desires. She's just playing delay tactics. J. Perry say, at this point, Tokonu has been reduced to a laughing stock. How did this woman become the Chief Justice of Ghana? Oh, Ekufuado. Andrews say, she shouldn't be searched because she's Queen Elizabeth. Best Brain say, she should print whatever she needs from the laptop and phone and carry it with her. That MPP style of monitoring proceedings from outside hearing venues and sending text messages and WhatsApp messages to lawyers and those appearing before committees will not work in this case. She should use her brains as Chief Justice and one who knows law to guide her responses. Her lawyers are there to equally guide her. Good location. They should go there to demonstrate. Good thing she was searched thoroughly, as the chances of her being wired is there. This is a high-profile case, and that complaint must stop, for she is not immune to investigations. I say she thinks she's still the Chief Justice, so they should pamper her. Next Chief Justice will learn something from this and do the needful. I wish her good luck. I say she wants the MPP demonstrators to go there and disrupt the process. She wants security of tenure to continue to be biased against one political party. That will be dangerous and will lead to abuse of office. Even the president can be impeached. I say Gertrude still seems herself as a Chief Justice and should be dealt with differently. Maybe reality has still not set in, but I really want the case to have full hearing. It's good for our democracy, and all these delay tactics are costly to government. And no every Agnes, and away every can quarantine. I think what she's saying is that her husband and daughter were prevented from accompanying her to the hearing room. Okay. Emilia Pia say, why can't this woman give Ghanaians some breath? Okay. Can't someone who has sense advise her to stop all this and let the country move on? Helena say, is she really thinking about what she's doing and her reputation? That after all, this, she will be reinstated. Asak, say, Madam Suspended Chief Justice, just allow the law to be the law. And if you cannot go through the process, just resign. When so every Charles, or say Madam Tokonu must go. She doesn't respect the Constitution of Ghana. She wants to undermine the authority of the president. No public hearing. The law is the law. Way every Ameyao. Or say she knows very well that she will not get justice, even considering the location where the trial is good and is going on, and same thing where the plan of executing her uncle some time ago. Really, NDC and NDC, PNDC and NDC head judges. Okay, now to say or say a hono baby a kum you try say you kum mame no ne uncle. Interna mame ne person be call na NDC for a time judges. Yate that in some NDC 4 time judges na ya na MPP for e kano. That generation a abedi omodio. Anyway, mo try what your comment box ni mo me da say.